We have a full-fledged confrontation in the works today instead of just back and forth on social media because, according to rumors, Claressa Shields and Remy have some serious unresolved business, instead of just making disparaging remarks. Online, Claressa appeared in person and was ready to conduct business in person. The boxing champion is proving that she is not only a formidable opponent in the ring, but also exudes the same intensity outside of it. What specifically is causing these two to feel like going all out? Let's examine. To put it straight, Remy Ma, Capo, and Claressa Shields have been at odds since the summer cookout. As you are already aware, and it seems that Remy is having a hard time accepting that Papoose has moved on permanently. A few days ago, she went viral for criticizing Papoose and his new girlfriend, and trust me, she didn't hold back. However, things took a surprising turn when Miss Claressa Shields, Papoose's new girlfriend and the undefeated champion herself, clapped back, making it clear that she is not amenable to Renee's shenanigans. She might even be willing to throw hands. Now, don't worry if you're still trying to catch up after arriving late to the party. I've got you covered. Watch what you say before you catch these hands. She did say what she meant, and I want to know what really irritates me and makes me tense. It's when you think I listen to myself and don't give a about so much, and then it kills me when you think that because I respond. I don't give a, and I'm bored and need something to do. I worked out for 2 hours straight. And the remainder of my day is let's talk about this betrayal, because after everything Remy did for Papoose, the fact that he actually stepped out on her was the one thing that shocked everyone. Remember? This is the same man who kept her in check for 6 hard years while she was behind bars. He wasn't out drinking, having a good time, or being involved in any scandals. Yes, a man who never once strayed, raised their daughter, and stayed true because, of course, this is the same woman who always the first warning sign was that Papoose came under fire on a day honoring exceptional fathers. And instead of pouting, he took a surprising step and wished himself a happy Father's Day. The real dagger was that, to make matters worse, he shared a family photo online, which was a picture-perfect occasion, but Remy wasn't there. Papoose was the perfect father, the perfect husband, and the man who could do no wrong for years. And now, even the woman for whom he had waited for 6 years couldn't recognize him in the present. In a dramatic turn of events, Remy is currently tearing up the internet with accusations about Papoose's new girlfriend. Claressa Shields, the undefeated boxing champion herself. As if that weren't enough, she is making serious accusations that Papoose was frequently skulking around with Claressa behind her back. Additionally, the picture with the Tadline family is the only one in which Remy was not visible. So it's reasonable to assume that this drama is far from over now that Remy is threatening people by saying things like, "I'm a train killer," like a boxer. "I'm a train killer." Listen, if you give me 3 minutes with any of those girls, it's going to be bad. 2 minutes, it's going to be bad. So I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? She said, "You haven't had a fight in a long time. You really aren't ready for this work." And she said it's natural. She doesn't even like talking about fighting. Sometimes people put their hands on her, and I love boxing. It's one of my favorite sports. I call the man, but I can't even remember who took you up on one, Tokay. And now, how much money would it cost for you to enter the ring with Remy B? By releasing what she claimed to be text messages between Papoose and Claressa Shields, on December 11, 2024, Remy decided to take things to a whole new level of chaos. Trust me, these texts weren't just any texts, they were explosive. This is where things get crazy. According to Ray, she found the texts in her own home after Papoose fainted while talking to Claressa on the phone. According to one of the alleged texts, "You're the one who's married, so what does it mean that you can't even tell me you made it home safely or sleep on the phone with me?" Oh no, the drama is getting worse. Shields fell asleep on the phone, so she told Remy how we got here. He said, "Yeah, so that's pretty much where we got. But there's more." Claressa Shields wasn't going to overlook this issue. especially since CIA was now exposing Remy for allegedly having not one but two side guys. When Claressa retaliated, asking why her name was mentioned at all, what brings me into it? Don't let me get involved in your problem, but Papoose. He not only that, but he flipped the entire story on Remy and came out with his own charges. He claimed that he wanted to leave and that she was the one who had betrayed their marriage and was stalking him. You read correctly. Papoose, that he was done and wanted a divorce. He vented on Instagram, writing, "Remy is a narcissist who consistently chooses to cheat on me. I've moved on and now she's acting like the victim." If that wasn't enough, he also revealed something shocking. I didn't want to participate in this social media nonsense for the sake of my 6-year-old child who has to go to school. This is the first time that Remy's name has been linked to adultery incidents. She has requested a number of divorces, but rather than addressing them privately, she prefers social media drama over workable solutions. Let's move on to the next surprise in this story. Fans have been speculating about Easy the Block Captain and Remy for Moan. Initially thinking that their relationship was purely commercial, almost industrial, and let's face it, once people start connecting things quickly, get out of hand. Now that Papoose has finally spoken the truth and Remy is involved in even more drama, this issue is far from being resolved. Okay? But the fact that they both went public with their lovers and that Claressa brought Papoose out while she was going out for her fight had him rap. And had him perform as though she put on for him and he put on for her is something I like. You can literally tell that she genuinely likes this man and that he genuinely likes her. Which is why I said I love him and I love having his support. The way he speaks to me and other things are very different from what I've had in the past. So there you go, we deserve each other. But I'm not sure it's one of those things. I was like, I want to keep him all to myself. I didn't really ease up. The block captain's speech makes it seem like Papo knew all along and kept it quiet until now, which is obviously false. The real question is whether Papoose was content with their relationship the entire time, or if he was just acting like it didn't exist. According to Ease, Papoose had known about it for 2 years, not 2 months or 2 weeks. It's TROC, a battle. Rapper who is often involved in industry rumors. Chose to fan the flames by implying that E had a married girlfriend before the internet erupted with rumors. Let's face it, that was all anyone needed to do. When Papoose went public, he wasn't just talking. He publicly accused Remy of spending Christmas with Ease, a day that's supposed to be all about love, family, and positive energy, while he was reportedly with her. Papoose pinned last Christmas when I was at home with my daughter, Remy Ma was here. I've moved on and now she's upset and making things up. She won't do it because I wouldn't lie and pretend I didn't knock this guy out even though I told her. We could get a divorce like adults. He sends me texts asking me to lie about the knockout. But it doesn't matter because he didn't back down. He was in the fetal position when I last saw him. He wasn't just angry about it. Everyone saw it for days. Remy accompanied him home after waking him up, and Pipo went home with his daughter. As you can see, was lying about it again. Instead of ignoring the fact that EAS was playing with his wife behind his back, Papoose used his fist to make sure he felt every bit of that betrayal, even though this whole situation is unprecedented in terms of betrayal. She has been taking it easy on social media. She has been denying the accusations. She isn't here to defend herself, and she is here in full force. Remy is fighting hard, denying all claims, and telling people to shut up or put up since there is no evidence that she ever stepped out on Papoose. She is out there demanding that you have proof. Show it, and let's face it, Remy doesn't back down from a battle. However, he wasn't done releasing information, so he revealed more, and this one is crazy. East claims that Papoose put a recording device in Remy's car because he was so suspicious of her, which is a full-fledged investigation of his own. Wife, this whole situation is about betrayal and goes far beyond gossip. If he is telling the truth, it is about a failed marriage and an obsession that existed long before the public knew about it. Let's consider that for a moment, Papoose. You don't trust someone that much. It's possible that the relationship ended before anyone even spoke, which would take things to a whole new level of chaos. If this is true, Papoose was watching everything Remy did long before he was accused of being unfaithful. The lengthy and complex history of Remy and Papo should not be ignored. Even though they have, the story goes that many people find it difficult to believe that Remy could have cheated on them. Let's not act as though it's making things worse. Additionally, Ease openly asserts that Papoose was always aware of the relationship. But he's out here implying that Remy has been having affairs for years to make matters worse. They have been together for years, and their relationship has been closely watched over that time due to highs and lows, controversies, and weigh tests. The story goes that Papoose patiently waited, stayed faithful, married her while she was incarcerated, and assisted her during her entire recovery. The attention is now once again focused on Papoose and Claressa Shields, as some well-known battle rappers are snooping around about her past relationships and raising suspicions that Easy was the only one or just the most well-known. In fact, people are currently finding old receipts. It's like a video showing Papoose looking extremely at ease backstage during a Claressa performance. What's going to get ugly? It's about to get real ugly, and not for applause me. The chemistry between Papoose and the rest of Shields is so intense that it is going to get really ugly. Goes beyond friendship, but since neither of them has officially labeled it, we are left to play detective. People will undoubtedly notice the connections between two well-known names, like Papoose and Claressa, when they start to appear in the same places. You can bet your bottom dollar that every move they make, from their public appearances to their flirtatious energy, has been closely watched by the internet. They are both trying very hard to appear as though nothing is happening, but Rain Man is going too far, and the fact that Claressa is even engaged is making people wonder about everything, which makes things much messier. Specifically, was Claressa always involved before things with Remy broke down, or is she just a close friend helping Papoose through this difficult breakup? Let's just say that the optics aren't in their favor because people are making fun of how much time they've been spending together. People assume it's just business, while others say Papoose is supervising her behind the scenes, or that they connected over their shared love of the sport. Some people, on the other hand, are just keeping quiet until they're ready to go public because they genuinely believe they've already crossed that line. Trust me, it was clear that Clarissa's clapback to Remy wasn't just an attempt to correct the record. To be honest, it's obvious that someone is more than just a casual witness when they see Lee back so strongly. Instead of ignoring it, Claressa made a strong statement to let everyone know that she wasn't going to let Rye damage her reputation. What's interesting, though, is that her response wasn't just defensive. It was intimate, suggesting that she had no intention of letting Rye act like the victim. This raises many questions, such as why she returned with such vigor if she was a truly neutral party. Her response suggests that she has a strong emotional stake in the outcome, which is compelling others to think about the bigger picture. Is there more to this story than they are revealing, or is this just an attempt to correct the record? Let's face it, you don't spend this much energy defending something you don't care about. Papoose and Remy were the epitome of black love goals before all of this drama these days. It's like watching the real-time breakdown of a flawless love story. Claressa is locked in, though, and it's clear that she won't let Remy play her. Does that mean that maybe this is more than just a friendship? This drama is 10 times messier. If there is something deeper going on, then perhaps this is more than just a friendship. For example, most people believed that true love was still possible. It's when they talked about true loyalty in partnerships. People were talking about Papoose and Remy. It was legendary how he helped her through it all and remained devoted to her throughout it all. The relationship ended after Remy was imprisoned in 2008. Papoose refused to back down and made sure everyone knew he was waiting for Remy, even though most guys would have gone on. There's a lot to take in, and you have to ask yourself if is really just about correcting the record or if there is something much deeper going on behind the scenes when you see Claressa suddenly getting engaged and protecting Papoose as if this were her personal war. Only after all these years, when Remy and Papo finally called it quits, did that man grow tired of her. He said, "Ma'am, I sat here all this time and waited on you as a man because, that's what women do. And that's what women would do, wait on you, but a man after you gets men to move on. And they have about 5, 6, 7, or 10 women lined up quick. But this man waited on you while you were locked up and they wouldn't let you out. And I'm talking about he got him a little... The sis is young and attractive and has her own things going on. So it's not like it's one of these little fans or anything. And you're up against something and you hurt now. It's abusive one. You most likely committed mental abuse against that man who was probably very chill. You probably did him a lot of dirty things behind closed doors and he stuck with you while you did it. But now that it's over, baby, karma is something else. In fact, it's not even karma. It's just that the man knows his value and is leaving. You, where you are, work together beyond love. Their partnership was built on respect, teamwork, and support regardless of how busy their individual jobs were. They made sure the family came first, and their energy exuded indestructible love. Their fans loved seeing them on red carpets at awards shows and sharing cute moments online. They always made time to support each other. However, Remy's pregnancy journey was one of the most significant turning points in their relationship. And if Papoose ever demonstrated his true devotion, it was during that time. Fans often praised Papoose's devotion during that time, calling him the perfect example of what a true partner should be. However, what really set them apart was their ability to maneuver as humans. He was Remy's manager, spouse, mentor, and strongest supporter. Their love story became as much about business and success as it was about passion as they worked together to build an empire. Papoose and Armo were partners in life, music, and business, not just husband and wife. He was also a helpful spouse who was fully committed to her, making sure she had all of her material and emotional needs. However, it's beginning to seem like their rock-solid foundation might not have been so unbreakable after all, especially in light of adultery, rumors, public shade-throwing, and new partnerships entering the picture. Papoose lived his loyalty as a badge of pride rather than just talking about it. He was the most devoted husband, a man who was all in for the long haul, regardless of the main theme of his public persona. Their marriage seemed unbreakable to the outside world, a love story that would endure despite Remy's jail term and difficulties in the business world. They persevered through all the highs and lows despite the challenges the music industry presented, repeatedly demonstrating that their relationship was founded on commitment, sacrifice, and respect, in addition to love. Personal hardships. Remy was his queen, and he made it clear to the world that he would never leave her side. It seems as though we are witnessing the unfolding of their idyllic love story in real time. Fans are baffled by how a once unbreakable romance turned into one of the most scandalous stories in hip-hop today. They had created something unique and admired, but all of a sudden, everything is going in a different direction than anyone had anticipated, including the alleged adultery, the tumultuous back and forth, and the alleged love triangle with Claressa Shields. Additionally, the woman he sacrificed so much for, Remy, is now being accused of dating a boxing champion. Fans of the romantic tale who believe that Papoose and Remy had an unbreakable friendship will find this whole situation troubling because if they couldn't withstand the test of time. What hope does anyone else have at this point? Do you think Papoose and Remy's story is over, or do you think they have a chance? The two very different aspects of this marriage, the one that was centered on love, devotion, and longevity, and the one that is now filled with allegations of shadiness and betrayal of trust, are confusing layers of drama. Remember to hit the notification bell and like the post so you don't miss the next update, because this drama is far from over.